I would recommend Win Interactive to anybody because they were accessible, they were knowledgeable. They actually dug into this and found out what really happened. Because if it wasn't for Win Interactive, we would have had a very uphill battle facing a very compelling and ugly video. But they were there, they were professional, they saw things that nobody else saw in this video, and they had a very congenial approach in helping us work as a team together, deciding how to present this to the jury.
I've known Win Interactive and its work for 15 years or more since I first encountered the work done in the prosecution of Michael Skakel in Connecticut. At the time, that was absolutely cutting-edge visual technology. It was universally acknowledged to have been a major factor in the state securing a conviction of Mr. Skakel. And since that time, it seems that Win Interactive has not only kept up, but has pushed the envelope in terms of the development of new courtroom technologies. I think that Win Interactive does an extremely sophisticated job of being mindful of the lawyer's theory of the case and designing visuals, whatever they may be, to best serve that theory of the case.
Working with Win Interactive and specifically Brian Carney, who's a veteran prosecutor, it's like having co-counsel at your table with you. I mean, you talk to them about legal concepts, legal issues, big picture of the case, and he gets that. Brian gets that.
It was like having a co-counsel. That is to say that, you know, I think of you now, funny enough, as sort of a cross between like a Steven Spielberg filmmaker and say like a Jerry Spence, you know, a great storyteller, attorney.
What Brian brings is a mix of practical experience, having been in the courtroom, mastery of all the different graphic tools that are available, and a straightforward but not abrasive style that lets us cut to the chase very quickly.
One of the major advantages of working with Brian Carney and Win Interactive is that you gain the perspective on your trial team of someone whose forte is organizing evidence, theming a case, and strategizing on the most effective order of presentation, emphasis of presentation, and tools of presentation. So you get a multi-layered advantage.
It was crucial, I thought, to have another experienced attorney there going back and forth with the lead attorneys on the case, saying, let's work this out, let's work this presentation out. Having an understanding of what an effective closing argument is, having an understanding of what it means to connect to a jury. I think the difference between your company and say some of these other providers that might be out there is you are an attorney and you understand what it's like to go through trial preparation, what it's like to present a case, and that's something you can only gain, in my opinion, by experience.
Brian Carney brings a passion to Win Interactive that really makes his product the best it can be, because he is not only passionate about his product, he's passionate about your case, about your presentation. And that passion really comes out when he delivers your final product.
His own experience as a trial lawyer was absolutely invaluable and very, very different from working with other groups, because you actually felt that Brian was co-counsel in some ways, or in terms of deciding on strategy and what the impact of the demonstrations that we were trying to put together.
He knows what it's like to be in the arena, to be under the gun, and to how to tell a story.
When we first sat down, it was this basic platform, and repeatedly, Brian would say, "Well, would you consider doing this, taking it one step further?"
We're fellow trial lawyers, and we can get to the essence of it fast. Gives us more time to work on the stuff that matters, and it is a mutual benefit to the client because we're both on the clock. And so the more quickly we can tell each other, we don't like those ideas, whichever of us presented them, let's concentrate on these, the better ultimately for the client, and that's what it's all about.
So you're not just getting the final product, you're getting the insights of an experienced, seasoned trial lawyer who sees things from a different perspective and brings that perspective to make yours a more effective presentation.
The examples of visuals and multimedia that I've seen from Win Interactive over the years, I think do a tremendous job of fulfilling the lawyer's ethical responsibility to teach the facts of the case to the decision maker, as well as to assist the lawyer in persuading the audience. I think one of the reasons that Win Interactive is so effective is that it was founded by a practicing lawyer who was a DA for 11 years. Win Interactive knows the legal business and knows the business of legal advocacy from the inside out. They're not simply people who are good with tech, who come in from the outside to help lawyers who already have all the ideas realize their vision of the case. Win Interactive can bring a legally informed as well as a visually and technologically informed approach to whatever issue the lawyer may want to present.
So you have to be able to get the information and then present it to someone in a coherent fashion. And that's where Win Interactive came in. Working with Brian in Win Interactive is a unique experience because they have a legal background. We talk the same language, Win Interactive in our firm. And when we present them with the evidence that we've been able to gather, they're terrific in working with us in being able to express it in a way that's going to grab everyone's attention legitimately. It's not oversold, and I love that. I don't want it to look Hollywood. I want it to look real. I want people to look at it and say, oh my God, that's what happened to that little boy, in a graphic sense, backed up by facts. And their collaboration with us is invaluable to get to that end result. We say, look, we have all of these bits of information that we want to make into a short movie that shows graphically what happened to this little boy. And I was as proud of that collaboration as anything in the case. It made the case. It was so powerful at mediation, and I thought we did it in a wonderful way, meaning everybody in that room was waiting to see how we were going to deal with that little boy falling off the roof. And we all got together, Win Interactive, our firm, different lawyers in our firm, and we all agreed it's the last thing we want to show is that little boy falling to his death. Everybody knows how it happened. And you could feel the relief in the room, but it was powerful. Everybody knew that moment was coming, but we didn't show it. I thought we did the right thing by the parents. I thought we did the right thing by the case, and it was incredibly effective.